Sommers, the president and CEO of the American Petroleum Institute. Hey there, Mike. So last time you were on this show, you sounded the alarm on the dwindling strategic oil reserve. Now you say it's at its lowest level since the 80s. How much is left, and what happens when the reserve runs out?
We are very concerned about continuing dwindling inventories, not just in the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, but also commercial inventories as well. If you look at the inventories in Cushing, for example, Oklahoma, where we have a lot of commercial inventories, and really that is the crossroads for the American oil and gas industry. It's where the oil goes and then is delivered to various points throughout the United States. We are at historic lows, both in the SPR and at Cushing. And that could lead to significant price increases if we don't get those filled as quickly as possible.
You just heard the conversation I had with the Lieutenant General. I mean, it doesn't look like this war will get resolved anytime soon at the rate it's going at this point. Are there other avenues for the global oil trade to potentially bypass the strait entirely?
Well, the most important place is really that Strait of El Mandab, which is the southern way that oil is flowing through the Saudi East-West pipeline south through the Red Sea. But there are concerns there as well, as the Houthis potentially go into that area and start threatening Saudi tankers out of that strait. The other place for it to go is essentially through the north end of the Red Sea, through the Suez Canal. But there are logistical concerns there. You can't put the very large vessels through the Suez Canal. So it should be a big concern to all lawmakers about where this is headed. Fortunately, we are buttressed by the fact that the United States is now the largest producer of both oil and natural gas in the world. And that continued supply has really been the insurance policy for the world, given the circumstance that we've had for the last 5 months in the Strait.
So gas, it's been back over $4 a gallon for more than a week now, and the prices keep climbing. What is your message to Americans who see these oil companies making near record profits because of a war that at the moment is not near an end, as far as we know?
Well, the message is that we need a lot more production here in the United States if we're going to keep prices at the right level. Fortunately, because of the fracking revolution, we've been able to produce more oil and more natural gas than any other country in the world. This is a commodities business. Prices go up, prices go down. In 2020, we were meeting with President Trump when we were actually dealing with negative oil prices. And nobody in the oil industry was asking for a bailout then. What we need is sustained production and a level price for oil and natural gas to make sure that we can continue to produce for the American people and the world. We also know that there are a lot of people that are hurting right now as a consequence of these prices. Production has gone up. In fact, our rig counts, which is a real measure of how much production is going up, are up by 45 rigs just this year alone. That is a direct result of the industry responding to consumer prices and making sure that we're producing more here in the United States so that we don't have to be dependent on oil from the Middle East.
All right, Mike Sommers, thank you for coming on.
Great to be with you,
And in the
Pam.
sports lead, FIFA is